Former world number 3 David Ferrer fought back from one set down to upset 2018 Nitto ATP Finals Alexander Zverev 2-6, 7-5, 6-3 at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. David Ferrer, who reached the final in Miami in 2013, has scored his first win against a top 5 player since 2015, when he beat Kei Nishikori in the Acapulco final. Ferrer has announced that he will end his glorious career next May at the Madrid Mutua Open. The Spaniard has won 27 ATP titles in his career and reached the quarter-final in each of the 4 Grand Slam tournaments. Ferrer lost his last 4 head-to-head matches against Zverev, who won their previous clash in Acapulco in straight sets a few weeks ago. Zverev drew the first blood-breaking serve at love in the 4th game after a double fault from Ferrer. The Spaniard broke straight back on his 3rd breakpoint chance in the 5th game. Zverev broke twice in the 6th and 8th games to clinch the first set 6-2. Ferrer bounced back, breaking in the first game of the 2nd set and held on his service games to open up a 4-2 lead. Zverev broke straight back in the 8th game and held serve on the 2nd deuce in the 5th game to come within a game of the win at 6-2, 5-4, but Ferrer bounced back by winning 3 consecutive games with 2 breaks of serve to win the 2nd set 7-5, sending the match to the 3rd set. Ferrer saved a breakpoint chance in the 4th game before earning a crucial break at love in the 5th game to take a 3-2 lead. Ferrer held his next 2 service games and sealed the win with a double break at 30. It means a lot. It's a special day because it's the last year of professional tennis for me. Winning these types against a top 10 player like Sasha is a gift. I am very happy and I am trying to enjoy every point and every moment, said Ferrer. Ferrer will face Frances Tiafoe in the 3rd round in their first head-to-head match. The 22-year-old player battled past Miomir Kekmanovic 7-6, 8-6, 7-6, 7-5 after 2 hours and 4 minutes. Kekmanovic went up a double break to open up a 4-1 lead, but Tiafoe won 4 consecutive games with 2 breaks in a row to take a 5-4 lead. Kekmanovic saved 2 breakpoints to hold his serve in the 10th game. Tiafoe came back from 2-4 to win the tie-break 8-6. Tiafoe got an early break at the start of the 2nd set to take a 1-0 lead. Kekmanovic broke back in the 4th game to draw level to 2-2. Kekmanovic saved 5 breakpoints in the 7th and 9th games to hold his service games. Tiafoe took the 7-5 edge to take the 2nd tie-break despite cramps in his left leg. 3-time Miami Open champion Roger Federer had to dig deep to defeat Moldova's Raduel Bot 4-6, 7-5, 6-3 after 2 hours and 10 minutes in a hard-fought 2nd-round match at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Raduel Bot, who won his maiden ATP title in Delray Beach last February and arrived in Miami with a career high of world number 46, came very close to pull off the upset, but Federer fought hard to achieve his first comeback from a set down since Miami 2012. Bot saved 6 of the 8 breakpoints he faced, including 4 in his first service game. Federer hit 14 aces and fended off 3 of the 4 breakpoints he faced. Bot earned an immediate break in the opening game, when Federer netted a forehand. Bot saved 4 breakpoints in the 2nd game to back up his break and held on his next service games. Bot hit 3 consecutive winners at 15 in the 10th game to clinch the first set 6-4 after 35 minutes. Both players held their serve in the first 6 games of the 2nd set. Federer saved a breakpoint in a 7th game and earned a breakpoint chance in the 8th game, but Bot fended it off. As the 2nd set looked to be nearing a tie-break, Federer finally clinched his first break in the 12th game with a backhand volley winner to close out the 2nd set 7-5. In the 3rd set, Bot earned a breakpoint at 3-3 when Federer made a double fault. The 20-time Grand Slam champion saved it with 3 consecutive service winners. The Swiss legend earned his only break of the 3rd set, when Bot sent a forehand long. Federer held serve at 15 with a service winner to secure his spot in the third round. Federer avoided his second consecutive second-round defeat in Miami after losing to Thanasi Kokkinakis last year. Federer will take on Filip Krajinovic, who beat Stan Wawrinka, preventing the second All-Swiss third-round match this month. I definitely think that Radu played a great match. It was really tough and I struggled early on. I am very relieved and happy to make it through. It was a great atmosphere, said Federer. Petra Kvitova remains focused on the Miami Open despite the possibility of claiming the world #1 spot next week. Petra Kvitova, at Petra Kvitova, Twitter. Petra Kvitova has brushed off talk of potentially being world #1 at the end of Miami after a 6-4, 3-6-6-4 win over Donna Vekic. The Czech Republican had to work hard in order to advance to the fourth round as she edged out Donna Vekic 6-4, 3-6-6-4. A break in the first game of the final set was enough to seal the win in a 2-hour and 35-minute battle as she kept up her hopes of being world #1 alive. However, the third seed refused to talk about potentially being world #1 after Miami as she focused on the importance of today's win. Right now is not really important to me, Kvitova said about being #1 in the world. Important was that I won today. I did have few chances to be world #1 already in my career, and I didn't just make it. But I'm still here and still fighting. We'll see what the future brings. But for now, I'm really fine. Actually, I already achieved big things before, and since my comeback, as well, so I'm really satisfied with everything already. Her win and Naomi Osaka's defeat means that she is among 3 women to be in contention for the world #1 spot. Should Kvitova reach the final and Simona Halep and Angelique Kerber fail to win the title, then she will be the new world #1. However, that is the last thing on her mind and is just happy to remain at the Miami Open. I think it was great tennis, long, Kvitova explained. It was a big fight. I'm glad that in the third set I stayed on my serve, you know, just one break over there. I'm really happy that I got the win. In the fourth round she will play Caroline Garcia, who defeated Julia Gorges 6-0, 7-5 to reach the last 16. The Australian Open finalist claimed it will be a big challenge. It will be a big challenge, for sure, Kvitova stated. I think that she's on the way back to her great form as she had 2 years ago, I think, when she reached the top 10. She played amazing in Asia. It will be nice one. A win for Kvitova could see her take another step closer to that dream of being world #1. BNP Paribas will no longer sponsor the Davis Cup after 17 years. Gerard Piqué and David Haggerty, at Tennis Reporters, Twitter. BNP Paribas have ended their 17-year title sponsorship with the Davis Cup as they rebrand to the World Cup of Tennis. The move was announced in a press release as BNP Paribas looked to focus on sponsoring the Fed Cup as well as the junior and wheelchair events. It is clear that the move has been finalized due to the Davis Cup's new 18-team format, which will be tested in November this year in Madrid. Although there has been criticism of the new event, this is the first time a sponsorship has been dropped from the Davis Cup and the banking company's intent. Head of Communications, Bertrand Sizot, explained his decision. We decided with the ITF to conclude the Davis Cup by BNP Paribas partnership as the competition format evolves, Sizot explained. During 17 years, we have been happy alongside fans, players and local audiences, all around the world, and to have fueled their passion during unforgettable matches. The move is certainly stunning to the ITF, but their president David Haggerty did thank BNP Paribas for their contribution. BNP Paribas has made a vast contribution to the success of the Davis Cup as a title sponsor over the past 17 years, Haggerty said. We are proud of the great work we have achieved together for Davis Cup, and we look forward to continuing our relationship across a number of properties from the grassroots to the top of the game. The dedicated partner will continue to work with the ITF with a variety of schemes and projects, including developing the junior and wheelchair events. However, with talk of a 12-team Fed Cup event similar to the Davis Cup one, would BNP Paribas stop its partnership with the Fed Cup, and how would that impact the ITF? As for David Haggerty, he will now aim to rebrand the competition into the Davis Cup, World Cup of Tennis, as many see this as a significant change in the history of the competition that has now gone on for 118 years.